Salutations, everyone. It's time for another Road Least Traveled video. This is actually a little bit of a misnomer. I actually really enjoy the Veil quests, and for me personally, I tend to do them relatively often. With the changes to the addition of Sharn to the leveling up process, I don't always do them. I personally find that Sharn's a little bit quicker, a little bit easier to kind of deal with. But, yeah, sometimes it's pretty easy. You know what dawns on me? I just, like, swam right through this without even thinking about it. And I should probably take a second to go through this in a little bit more details. It is a little bit of a maze. So we'll go through that swim one more time. So we're going to go forward here and then down. We're going to go down, and the tunnel's going to kind of, like, do a little spin on us. Right? Alright, and when we get an opportunity, we're going to turn basically down again. And then we're going to go left. And left again. And then forward and up. Right, so down, it kind of rotates to the around a little bit, and then left and left. So it's not too bad once you kind of get the hang of it a couple of times. You can get spun off in side areas, but you know, you just kind of learn it as you do it a couple of times. Diddly don't. I did the same yesterday, half asleep on my keyboard. Done this quest so many times I can do it sleeping. Yeah, I really enjoyed this quest. Again, the reason when I recorded the Road Most Taken series, these should have gone in here, but I was trying to like tear through the life to demonstrate how easy it is to get to 1 to 20. I did take the time to do a couple of extra quests in my first half of the video series, but this probably should have gone in that first half also. Alright, so I do this quest a little bit differently than a lot of people do this quest. I have no problems picking up the thing whenever I see it. It's just not a problem that I personally feel like I have to worry about. The book, I do most of these quests about as quickly as I can get away with, and that's a-okay with me. So I guess we should start talking a little bit about the quests and why you may notice that like there's spiders that I'm not killing and stuff like that. So let's kind of examine the quest a little bit and take this to a metadata type situation. So at the end of the quest, there's going to be your traditional end of the quest chest, and then you're going to have the possibility of 2 more chests. You're going to have one for killing very nearly almost all of the ogres, which I almost never get because I almost never do clear all the tunnels out of the ogres. And then there's a chest that you're going to get for not killing any of these spiders. I'm pretty sure the second you kill the very first spider, the chest immediately despawns. Okay? So, we're avoiding the spiders because it's really typically not that hard. And we are not worried about picking up the chest from killing all of the all the ogres. You can, however, get both of those chests. It's just a lot of extra work, and work that I am personally not up for. All right, there he is. All right, so now that we have all these guys in here clear, all these spider. Oh, I guess I should also mention, when you are being aggroed by either the puppet masters or the what are they? The ogre magi casters, whatever they happen to be called. The spiders may be active on you. In fact, I almost guarantee that they will be. Yeah, I don't wanna chase that. However, once you've defeated their masters, then the spiders will become invulnerable and wander away. Alright, so we're going to do a couple of things, again, that are kind of metagamey. We're going to jump around. If you look up, you'll see the shrine. You're going to jump by the shrine. Then we're going to, if you toggle around, you'll see this rubble up here. We're going to jump by this rubble. Alright, so we see where the book is at. The book is over here by the rubble. So now we know where the second book is located, but we still do not have the first book. Okay? So this is how I look at it, and this is how I remember everything. This is the prison to the Crimson Foot Queen. Alright? So this is what I consider the next stage. So I count from here. So I basically, when I count my tunnels, I start from here. So to me, this is tunnel 1. It's not the first one you go to, yada yada yada, but it's the first one that, after you kind of get good bearings, in my opinion. I don't know. Some people call this tunnel, they try to label them by directions. I feel like doing that personally gets really confusing with the way the tunnels overlap and run across each other. But it is a fine option. So we have an invisible guy phased out here. I want to make sure that we don't keep our finger on the trigger after the last series of bolts go out. And now we're just waiting for the invisible guy to come back. Because until he's defeated, this diviner, these spiders will chase us. So we want to clear our aggro to the best of our abilities. Alright, no book. There'll be a book by one of these gates. This door is locked until later, but there'll be a book somewhere. So put this on a pause, or this tunnel on a pause. We'll start heading to the next tunnel. This tunnel, by the way, what I consider tunnel 1, once you have the key and you can go through that tunnel, leads to the shrine area. Tunnel number 2, we'll kind of talk about where it goes in a second, but basically there are 6 tunnels with 3 output locations. But you could, like, for example, take one tunnel and go all the way through it and come out the other tunnel. If that makes sense? I think that makes sense, right? Sure. They're connected, but there's an open air area where people kind of think of as the destination. So, like, for example, the shrine, right? Usually you get to the shrine and you want to either jump back down or something else. You don't want to keep running through that tunnel that took you to the shrine to go out to the other side. So, for me, the way that I keep track is I keep track of 3 of the tunnels. And number 1 and number 2 and what I call number 4 are the tunnels that I kind of use to navigate through the quest. Yeah, that's a reasonable way to explain it, I guess. These barrels. Not that I really care about experience points. We have plenty of quests to do before we can level. Everything down? No, we're missing something. We're just gonna keep navigating the circle here, waiting for things to spawn, trying to avoid damage, trying to avoid getting murdered while we wait for things to stick around and knock things out. Oh, another one. Thought we had gotten one of these guys killed before he teleported away. Again, no book over there. I feel like there's usually like a collectible next to the book also. I could be incorrect though. Not be the first time. Not the first time I'd be incorrect. Alright, so tunnel number 3 is a in my brain is the tunnel that we enter into, or enter the quest in. I tend to skip it. And then let me rewind time here just a second. You'll notice you'll notice this fungus patch right here in front of us up above. That area has like a fight right there. So like I think of it as the fight tunnel, and tunnel number 2 is the fight tunnel. So it'll basically come back out right above itself. So you can fight up here. And then, like I said, tunnel number 3. Tunnel number 3 I just basically ignore unless I found the book in the first hole. And then tunnel number 4. It leads to that other point that we talked about where the book does happen to be, that collectible where the book does happen to be hiding for us today. So we can go up that direction. Also, you don't have to kill all this trash. If you trust your insta-kill spells, they can do a lot of work in this quest. Just be really careful on your targeting. I don't know what else I could possibly kind of say about this quest right now, because we're just running around killing all the monsters. Till we find the book, which is right there. Perfect. Alright, so once we pick up the book, we're going to learn this quest's evil secret. That, there's our collectible. That the spiders are actually not willing participants of the hostility. So now we have a quest failure condition of don't kill five bros. So before you pick up the book, you can kill all the spiders you want to, except you will lose that bonus chest at the end. So what a lot of people will do is they'll kill all of the spiders down here on the ground floor. And I'm not a fan of that particular strategy myself, but I realize that some people will do that. Also, I'll mention that I completely ignored 2 tunnels. Had I needed to, I would have continued to look down those tunnels for the book. However, now that we found the book, we need to find this Ogre Magi. Right, we need to find this Ogre Magi, and when we defeat him, he'll drop a key, and that key will let us open those locked doors to go up to the 2nd floor tunnels. So I basically, wherever I find the key is when I will start searching again. In this case, we're going to search backwards through the tunnels we've already cleared, so I don't have to like clear tunnels and find the guy at the same time. In fact, there he is. I'm going to make sure that I have a death ward going before I start to fight this guy. Then when he gets really close, perfect, we're going to boost him down. Alright, now that we have found the key, or not the key, we found the book, it's over here by this rubble up by itself, we're going to go back via Tunnel 4, go up to that book. Had we not been able to locate the book from below, we just would have had to pick a tunnel and kind of walk through it. With a reasonable jump and tabbing around, I've never had a problem finding the book. But I imagine some people could. All right. Keep in mind that, again, bad things are going to be in these tunnels. You want to be careful, especially if you haven't killed any spiders yet. But a little bit later, we're going to kind of discuss some options during the end fight about depending on how many spiders you've killed or not killed. But if you have accidentally killed a spider, you still want to probably avoid killing more spiders. Can make certain fights a lot easier if you have all 5 spiders to kill when you go to the end fight. Alright, we're almost there. Again, when the monsters get really close, we're gonna boost them and try to knock them out before they can get crazy. This fight, or this room, you'll notice this door is locked. You have to continue to go around the tunnel and clean it out. And then you can go back to that door and open it. Why in particular? This is the only one that's like that. Somebody thought it would be special, I guess. Not a fan. And then, as you can see, walk right out here. There's our collectible. There's our book. Alright, so I'm not going to do this right now because I don't feel like taking the time to do it. But I mentioned as we were putting our gear together, I talked about what I call the Scooty Booties, or the Cannith Belt of Projection. It's a way for non-monks, non-air sorks, non-dragonborns, a few other people that have abundant leap type effects, propulsion, thank you, Red, can jump around. So, had I wanted, we could have taken Tunnel 2, came out this door, cleaned out this fight, and then what's really popular is you could put on your Featherfall item with the haste and stuff, jump Featherfall basically around this corner, and Scooty Booty over here, or leap over here to clean things out. Personally, I feel like if you can identify the tunnel that you're supposed to go in, it's just much easier. But a lot of people have a hard time identifying where the book is at. And again, if you're one of those people, I understand. If that's the case, then you probably do want to clean out Tunnel 2, come around, clean out over here, and do this. That will let you get two options for one exploration. But unfortunately, there's not a way for you to go from like here to the to over there if it happens to if the book the book happens to be over there. So I know that's super clear as mud, right? Alright, so once we find the second book, we come over here. This guy will always be located in this vicinity. We're going to knock him out. I'm going to actually stop attacking him for a second. Wait for this to come back off a timer. My spells and my big moves. Got it. I'd rather do that than wait for him to disappear and come back. Right, his key opens this door. This door, we have the opportunity to kill everything again. And we're going to go in to protect this Spider Mama quest. So we're going to put our chick on attack mode. And put her to defend. And we just have to kill dudes for like 3 minutes. Basically. There'll be guys that'll spawn back here in this tunnel. They'll typically pull out their ranged weapons, sometimes not, but typically. Then dudes will fall out of this tunnel. So often spellcasters will put crowd control effects right there, so when they come out of the tunnel, they'll fall directly in. You bet Ellery feels cheated on since I'm not using her. Well, Ellery is always my backup in my pocket, right? So she knows that she's well loved. Should add an Ellery emote to my emote list. That's what I should turn one of them into. For sure. I feel like we did some quests last, not very long ago, where we had to... Ellery was our only caster, or our only healer. Like level 15 quests on Reaper or whatever. You want an Ellery? How do you get an Ellery? Well, that's a good question, Rhett. Ellery can be found as a Gold Seal hireling with DDO.com. They have a marketplace there. You scroll down to Starter Pack. And normally $10, $9.99. I've done the math, and it's right around $20 value if you were to buy those things separately. And that does not include the cost of the Gold Seal Hireling Ellery, which I personally feel to be pretty invaluable. I'm a big hireling guy, though, so to me, having hirelings at your disposal are pretty sweet. Gonna tell my hireling that I've been doping. I think she'll be fine with whatever rumors you decided to spread, my friend. Alright, you want to keep an eye on this spider's life total, which is part of the reason I assigned my favorite soul the responsibility to watch the spider directly. If the spider dies, even now, even though now that she's no longer listed as a quest objective, you can still fail the quest. So I like to just make sure that it's topped off before I leave. Also, and I'm not very good at this, I know there's a lot of people out there who are quite skilled at it, but I believe there's a way, without using your scooty booties, to leap up here. I am not good at it, so I don't know. The reason that's useful is like if you're a melee person. Let's see if I can do it. Try one more time with my dragon leap. Feather falls on, haste is on. There we go. If you're a melee person, you can stand up here and knock these guys down. I wouldn't recommend it very often unless you happen to be in a group that also has people that can stay down there and fight all those spawns down below. Definitely be very careful right there. It's an easy way to fail the quest. Okay, so when the spider chick is saved and the guy dies, you saw that like rubble falling from the ceiling. Well, it fell into this hole, knocking this hole out. So we're gonna go down here. There's traps along the way, and also you can. It's a lever down here, right? Actually, yeah, lever. Right. You can open this lever to open that gate up in case you need to go back out to the shrine or whatever. Say like you were holding it and you decided you wanted to go back and get it for some reason. It's like you're new to the quest and you're not sure what to do. Years ago when Meridia first came out, we failed the quest because we didn't see an ogre up on the ramp there and left to kill the end boss, but the ogre killed the spider queen. Exactly. It's an easy way to fail the quest if you're not very careful. So be careful. Alright. Control panel again. There are lots of like little spike traps along the way. So I always like to be cautious. Oh boy. Kill this guy. We have to go get his key anyway, so we might as well walk down here. And then this is as good a time as any to have a conversation about there's going to be some wheels up ahead. And whenever there are wheels, they like to put the answer key to the wheels somewhere throughout the quest. In this case, it happened to be right there. Oops. Alright. What I like to do, however, because I don't want to take the time to try to remember things or write things down or whatever, the way I go and get the answers is I pull up DDO Puzzles. It's a little app that you can get on Windows 10 or a lot of on your phone, stuff like that. And it's basically put up by my friend Grimoire. And what she has done is put together a pretty user-friendly way to have access to some of these, like, not really puzzles as much as shortcuts for looking things up. So, like, for example, I'll go ahead and throw this up on the screen again, like I always do. For example, here we go. We can click Rune Wheels. There we go. We can hit Sleeping Dust Lie, and then we have the answers right here, so we don't have to remember where they're at. And again, you can get that on your phone. It's a very lightweight little app. I use it quite a bit. If you listen to me for any period of time, or watch the stream for any period of time, I reference it quite a bit. You can also look them up at the DDO Wiki if you want. Answer key, that's a good way to put it. It is a really good answer key. But she doesn't have, like, puzzle practicers on here, unfortunately. Not that I've seen. Right, so red is going to be what I call I. Some people call it double cross. Some people call it a bunch of other things. That's just what I call it. Orange is going to be gun. And then this one will be H, which we already looked at. So I'm going to close that down. So before we do this, I can kill 5 spiders. There are 4 spiders in this room. So had I already killed a spider before this happened, right, and I had the ability to kill 5 spiders, but I already screwed up and was not going to get that spider chest, you could just kill every monster in this room and not have a problem. Because there's only 4 spiders in this room. You kill 5 and you lose. But you only have 4 spiders in this quest to kill. So, again, had I messed up and accidentally killed a spider, to my knowledge, then I would go ahead and kill everything in this room. But because I did not, we're going to play this a little bit more carefully. I'm going to get rid of the caster. Also, I need to make sure that I have negative levels protection. Get rid of the caster. Get rid of this other Rashasha. And then I'm going to get this guy's attention. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to stand on this light post. Whoop. Okay? What that's going to do is all the little spiders are going to be down here trying to get me. But it's too little for them to get their little feet on. And all I have to do is put up with this guy casting disintegrates and stuff at me. It's not a big deal. We can take him. I could also cast AoE spells back there because the spiders will be safe and out of range. Not a problem. I've seen people time it where they could jump up here and do a similar thing. I personally don't have good luck at that. But again, I've seen people do it. I've seen people try to stand on this light post, but the spiders can come up here and hit you, so I don't recommend this one. I don't recommend that one. I recommend this one. I don't know why exactly, but this one always seems to have really good luck for me. So yeah, that's how I would do it. There's our spider chest. I clear this as quick as possible because, again, if something weird were to happen and a spider would die now, even though the quest is done, say like it had a dot on it or something, you would lose that chest. It's pretty nasty. Also, one last little trick here. If you can D-door, you want to D-door and go back out through the front of the quest. The reason why is it's a little bit more convoluted than I can get into right this minute. But basically, if you recall from here after D-dooring, you can go back to Meridia instead of out to the 12 where we actually came from. It doesn't really matter because I will probably just carry on to the next quest. But if you did need to go back to Meridia to sell or repair or whatever, that'd be how you do it. Alright, everyone. Thanks for watching this video. I do appreciate it. If you can, please interact with the video in some way. That'd be great. And remember that I record these videos as part of my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/SamusGrobo, so please jump over there and catch us live sometime. Alright, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and we'll see you again soon. Toodles.